Hello, people. Welcome back to my channel, and I hope all of you are doing good, right? So, today I have already written the topic because I have seen that the length of the video is becoming more, and while I'm writing, it's little difficult for other people to copy it. Okay, so however you wish, like if you wish, like I should teach you like the other video or this video, please comment in the comment section. Okay. So like last class, we have seen defining feature and characteristic feature, and we have taken few examples also, and I hope it is clear. So now let's get into little detailed about the features what we have discussed last class. Okay. So please follow my pointer, and if you have any doubts, please comment in the comment section. Okay. So let's start off with the class now. Now, the first characteristic that I'm taking, it is growth. Okay. Now, what is growth? As we have already discussed, increase in mass of the cell or increase in the number of cell, we call it as growth, isn't it? Now, there are two types of growth which is shown by two different organisms. Now, let's take the living organism. It is usually showing intrinsic growth. Now, what is it, intrinsic growth? Now, when I'm growing, do you find any kind of deposition of cells on me? No. It is the internal growth, isn't it? My cells are dividing, my cells are multiplying, then deposition is happening. Everything is taking place inside the body, isn't it? That's why I'm calling it to be as intrinsic growth. Whereas in non-living organism, what is happening? It is showing an extrinsic growth, isn't it? Now, living shows irreversible growth. Now, what is irreversible growth? Now, see, I have grown from a zygote into a complete adult, isn't it? Now, can I get back to a baby stage or can I get back to an embryonic stage? No, that's practically impossible, isn't it? But in non-living things, it usually shows a reversible growth. Now, let's understand by taking one example. Now, example, if you take this to be as a hill, now soil gets deposited on that, isn't it? After a few days, the soil gets washed away. Okay. Now, see here, when the soil got deposited, the height of the hill got increased. That means what? The growth of the hill is seen here, isn't it? But after a few days, because the soil got washed away, again the hill is coming back to its size, isn't it? So that is what is called as reversible. Now, where is this accumulation of substances happening? It is happening on the surface of the hill, isn't it? That's why we call extrinsic growth. Clear to all of you? Now, next feature that I'm going to discuss is reproduction. Now, what is reproduction? Reproduction means giving rise to a new offspring. We call it as reproduction, isn't it? There are two types of reproduction, asexual reproduction and sexual reproduction. Okay. Now, what is asexual reproduction? Asexual reproduction is usually including a single parent, which is uniparental. But sexual reproduction means there are two parents required, which is considered as a biparental. Okay. Now, in asexual reproduction, gamete may be formed, may not be formed. But if it is formed, there will be no fusion. Okay. Whereas in sexual reproduction, gamete has to form. Without gamete formation, sexual reproduction doesn't have any identity. Okay. And when the gamete is formed, it has to fuse. Clear? Now, are there any variations seen in asexual reproduction? No, we do not find any variation. Whatever daughters are formed, they are completely identical to each other. They are identical to the parent also. But in sexual reproduction, non-identical daughters are seen. That means I have properties of my mother and father, but I do not exactly look like them, isn't it? I share properties, but I'm not an exact copy. That is what is sexual reproduction. Now comes the most important concept, which is unicellular and multicellular. What kind of important question can come from here? Okay. Now see here, in unicellular, we all know unicellular means what? It is single cell organism, correct? Now let's take an example, that is amoeba. Now suppose if this is the body of the amoeba, it will undergo binary fission and it is going to give you two daughters, correct? Now each daughter develops to give a new organism. So what is growth? How did we define growth as? Increase in number of cell or increase in mass of cell? That means number of cells are increasing, correct? At the same time, each part is developing to give a new organism, correct? No? That means growth and reproduction are happening simultaneously. That means you're not able to differentiate whether growth is happening, whether reproduction is taking place. Such event is called as mutually inclusive event. Very, very important NCERT bit. Now, in unicellular organism, growth and reproduction are what? Mutually inclusive event. Whereas if you take a multicellular organism, there are many cells present. Let's take an example of human beings only, isn't it? There's a particular time when we grow and there's a particular age when we mature, isn't it? Usually for girls, it might be around 14 to 16, whereas for boys, it is around 15 to 16, isn't it? So we grow at a particular period and we reproduce at a particular period. You can clearly tell when the growth is happening and when the reproduction is taking place, isn't it? So that is called as mutually exclusive events. Very, very, very important concept. In unicellular organism, growth and reproduction are what? Mutually inclusive event. Why it is called mutually inclusive event? Because you cannot say whether growth is happening or whether reproduction is happening. But in case of multicellular organism, growth and reproduction will happen at different phases. That's why we call it as mutually exclusive events. Clear? Now comes the next concept, which is metabolism. Now, what is metabolism? All the chemical reactions which is taking place in the body, we call it as metabolism. So metabolism can be two types, anabolism and catabolism. Anabolism means synthesis of substances. That means smaller ones will combine to give a larger molecules, isn't it? Catabolism means it is breaking of the substances. Okay. Now, a very important line of the NCERT, reactions which are taking place outside the body are called living reactions. We do not call it as living organisms. Very, very important concept. Clear to all of you? So I hope you like this video. And if you like this video, please do share, subscribe, and like. Meet you in the next session. Have a nice day.